Hi guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Connor, and today we're going to be breaking down Morningstar: The Hunt. It is an animation by Project Morningstar, formerly known as Lost Legion Studios, the folks responsible for Exodite. Exodite was a solid outing into the Warhammer 40k universe, but it felt rushed, busy, and had way too many assets doing way too much, way too quick. This episode is not set in the grimdark future of the 40th millennium, and for our purposes, it's set in the dark age of technology. Come along and I'll explain why. This episode is brought to you by Hawkins & Company. Everything today is soulless and mass-produced, but not the wallets from Hawkins & Company. They're hand-stitched in the United States from some of the finest locally produced leather and come in a variety of styles and configurations. I carry the bifold wallet daily, but they also have trucker and biker-style wallets available. Use code COUNTERPOINTS at checkout and get 15% off your order. Get a wallet that's manly, rugged, and refined, all at the same time, today.
Additional X-Gen artillery unit deployed. Acknowledge. Turning to engage. Good hunting.
In the prologue, we are told that humanity is at the height of its power and is spread to the stars under 1,000 confederated empires known as the Hegemon. War is now a game played by powerful elites driven by material profit. The Barracan, mercenary warriors, are sent against the Shag Diaspora, an outflow of aliens escaping an unknown disaster. The opposing Xenos are known as the Exogen. The lore of the Dark Age of technology in the Warhammer universe is intentionally vague, and far from being an actual Dark Age of ignorance, it is a Dark Age of spiritual decay. Science was the new religion, and humanity worshipped and craved its bounties. Humans became arrogant, lazy, and dependent on abominable intelligence to drive their expansion. Known to us as artificial intelligence, AI helped guide colonist ships, helped build colonist societies, and helped drive the myriad technologies that ruled daily human life. It was from this zenith of achievement that humanity was destined to fall. Humans became totally reliant on these technologies that would soon turn on them. But it's easy to imagine believing that this was the height of human achievement, lasting between roughly the 15th and 25th millennia. An immensely powerful confederation of empires defended by power-armored warriors facing rival races and territorial disputes is perfectly in line with this era, and could land us anywhere in the 10,000 years before machines would gain sentience and turn on humanity. The corruption of the hegemony is already on display, showing the Empire's vastness as a war satellite is called up, repairs are requested, and summarily denied as mercenaries are sent to slaughter foul Xenos.
Defense lines. Need to counter.
An Exogen artillery piece fires broadsides into the Hegemon fleet as armored personnel carriers make ready for the assault and flyers zip past. We hear the muffled booms of the artillery piece distant in the limited atmosphere of the moon. Proto-Astartes occupy the hull of the armored personnel carrier, preparing for imminent conflict. The term Adeptus means to hold, while the term Astartes means stars, meaning that the Adeptus Astartes of the Warhammer universe are those meant to conquer and hold the stars. Now, before you accuse me of heresy and tell me that the Emperor of Mankind was responsible for their design and fielding, that's not entirely true. During the Horus Heresy, Horus Lupercal wars with a human civilization known as the Orician Technocracy. This war is particularly bitter for the Space Marines of the Luna Wolves Legion because their enemies wear power armor shockingly similar to that of Space Marines. They are also similarly armed and deal devastating losses to the Marines while gradually losing the war. This is because the Orician Technocracy had a largely intact standard template construct, a databank of human knowledge and design capable of building a warp-capable starship as easy as it was to build a hammer. Since the Orician Technocracy had been cut off from the rest of humanity during the Age of Strife, this can only mean that the power armor of the Astartes pre-existed the Space Marines of the Great Crusade era. Another detail that reaffirms this is the Knights of Caliban. The mortal warriors that preceded Imperial contact also had mortal-sized power armor and chainswords. Proto-Marines inject themselves with combat drugs, which makes sense since they wouldn't have access to the gene crafting of the Emperor. A beautiful detail is that the Proto-Marines appear mag-locked to the chassis of the APC, but when the Marine is ordered up to a firing position, he releases and floats up gracefully, showing the limited gravity of this moon. The mercenary takes out Xenos threats expertly, aided by advanced aiming and his Proto-Stormbolter. Similar to the Stormbolter of the 40th millennium, this weapon is twin-barreled and has two magazines, one inserted from the bottom and the other from the side. The rounds appear to be explosive, similar to that of the bolt of the Grim Dark Future. The mercenary is able to finish off the Xenos skiff before the APC jumps into the Exogen artillery platform, leaving us in suspense of when we can see more glorious science fiction violence. As a further tease, Morningstar shows us the mercenary in melee and my facial reaction when first watching this piece. I frankly love it. I'm ashamed and angered that Games Workshop didn't see it fit to continue the employ of these boys making animations. While Exodite was at times stiff, the models were beautiful and the action was competent. The animators clearly brought their passion to this product and it shows. So Games Workshop, get your head out of your ass. Let creators create, give them limited licensing, and let them tell stories in your universe, or pay them a small fortune and give them limited direction under your supervision. I could tell that the animators were not in charge of Exodite because they had beautifully modeled cityscapes and assets that were on the screen for fractions of a second before they disappeared and were never seen again. No animator worth his salt would spend months creating perfect models just to use them in a 5-second clip and throw them away. This is a problem at GW's level and it needs to be worked out. Also, a little joke and an idea to you, the audience, before we wrap up. Sodas continue to create awesome animations in Titanfall, Fallout, and Halo universes. Should we break those down as if they fit into the Warhammer 40,000 timeline? I don't know if you guys would enjoy that as much as me, but I just think it's a fantastic idea. Which brings us to the end for now. Like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below, especially if you want me to break down those Sodas animations as if they were a part of the Warhammer storyline. If you like what we're doing here, join the Patreon at patreon.com/counterpoints, join the Discord linked in the description below, support our sponsors, and if you're into politics, check out the politics channels in the description as well. I appreciate you. Catch you in the next one. Until the end.